All right, everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about something absolutely terrifying and possibly my new biggest fear. This is the biggest hazard on the planet Earth, like Earth itself, not Oregon, not USA, not China, the world, like the whole world. This is the most dangerous hazard that we have. That is 100% guaranteed to happen one day, which is the even crazier part. We are going to be talking about the Cascadia Subduction Zone and the Cascadia megaquake that is going to come from it. Now, excuse me in advance to anybody out there who's an earthquake expert and knows all the proper terminology. I am not an earthquake expert. I just watch YouTube videos and I found these videos and it's terrifying. I live in Oregon, as a lot of people that watch this channel do. Normally we're posting all kinds of different things and nothing about earthquakes, but this is, local stuff, and I saw it and I've been watching videos about it and I was like, dude, I should make a video about this. It's terrifying. So Cascadia Subduction Zone is basically a giant fault line that stretches from Canada all the way to Northern California and will literally destroy the West Coast when the earthquake comes. So it is predicted that there is a 37% chance in the next 50 years that this will happen. Now, I have a bunch of clips I'm going to show you guys here in a minute of, different earthquakes, 6 magnitude, 7 magnitude, which are pretty crazy to watch when you see them on CCTV cameras. However, the megaquake that comes from the Cascadia Subduction Zone is predicted to be 9 or higher, which is the biggest earthquake the world will ever see. So that's the terrifying part. Now, for cities like Tacoma, Seattle, Eugene, Portland, these cities could be destroyed at that rate. It's such a big earthquake. It's not the normal run-of-the-mill, cause a couple tsunamis. This thing is like a country destroyer. You can go online and read all about it and, the stuff FEMA says to have prepared if you live on the coast, if you live in Oregon, if you live in Washington. There's actually stuff you're supposed to have for, 3 months of survival if this thing hits. So it's not like it's just, it hits and then, okay, we're good in 1 hour, the ground got a little messed up, we'll be okay. This thing is supposed to devastate parts of, the West Coast. Absolutely terrifying, again. So wanted to show you guys some clips. First, I'm going to have this little clip to show you guys to kind of talk about the Cascadia Subduction Zone, what it is, where it is, and then we'll get right back to this and we'll get some clips going of what these earthquakes look like.
Northwest coastline, the Cascadia Subduction Zone.
The Cascadia Subduction Zone is the confluence of 2 plates, and these plates are pushing against each other. One plate is being pushed down, they're moving, and these plates are locked together, and as they move, they just increase the stress and the energy between these 2 plates, and it's released suddenly. And so hundreds of years of accumulated energy is released in about 5 minutes. The Cascadia Subduction Zone, it runs from Northern California all the way up to Vancouver Island, BC. So this is, hundreds of miles of coastline that will be affected. There are different types of rupture events. Some could only be partial rupture, where just part of that subduction zone goes. The other one, what we call the big one, or the really big one, is, say, magnitude 9.0, where the entire rupture it's the entire subduction zone that ruptures. So we're looking at a wave that would hit the entire coast of the Pacific Northwest. So the entire Pacific Northwest would be affected. I think even as important, the major metro areas will be affected. So Portland, Seattle, they'll be affected by the intense ground shaking. So it's going to be a pretty big event for the entire Pacific Northwest.